Hello guys, I'm back. I'm ready. I had to take a quick break, fix some risk management and other things. But I'm back. Today we're going to be trading M&Q like usual. You can see I'm up from the day before. Here's my stats. I took a lot of trades. Now, don't focus necessarily on the winning or losing trades. Entering multiple positions and it doesn't know how to calculate it properly. You can focus on the average win to loss. $75 with average loss of 33, and my losses are lower position size. And you can see the profit factor right here as well, 4.07, which is really, really good. And I'm going to try to continue that today. If I lose, I win. It's getting posted no matter what. This is going to be full range content. You're going to see everything like it's a live stream. But I'm not going to make it as long as usual. So I'm going to go to mark out my chart. I've been marking it out a little bit differently. I've been using ticks instead of time frames, just because it's been easier for me to understand exactly what I'm doing. So, figuring out which direction the price is going, the price action is going. And we can see right here, we broke above this range. We ranged yesterday. Took a bunch of trades around back here yesterday. But we're getting stuck at this higher range. So I'm going to go ahead and put a line at everywhere I can see potentially, get rejected nearby. We grab liquidity right here. We're working our way back down. I can see that we're looking for potentially a liquidity to move higher to get a retracement. So we could see a retracement right here. Oh, my dog just smells. Jesus. So I'm gonna use the volume profile. My main reason for using the volume profile is just figuring out where we're gonna go. When we could have a retracement going up or down. Right now, it can really do anything. We grabbed liquidity. We could see a move higher. We could see a move lower. If I do see this candle break up, we could play this very short, where we could play it just into these small gaps, take small scalping positions with my size, or we could play a longer move. For me right now, I'm only looking at gaps. I think this is going to consolidate, potentially move within this range for a while before we decide if we're going to break above here, if we're going to break above here, or if we're going to break below this point right here and move all the way down and to wherever, I don't know, it can go. So I'm going to block out the range a little bit more. So we're going to go to the 100. We have kind of an equal price action, so I don't want to trade much of a range. We kind of want to look at price action as is. So if we're looking at this, the market structure that shows over here, we do have market structure right here. So that's a high. This is on retested high, so this does act as a valid low for my strategy. We can see we broke this low right here. And just because of this case, I do think we can move up to fill this gap. So that would be my take profit area, is looking above for this gap up here. I don't know why my color's not showing. It's like a bug or something. But I'm looking up somewhere in this gap, potentially higher. Yeah, my color's not showing. It should show for you guys. I don't know why it's not showing for me. So we want to see how this reacts around this price action. I don't want to see this go below here. That confirms or move lower. So we're going to look for an entry. I'm going to kind of put a stop sell limit right here. My stop sell limit's going to be for 10. And I'm going to put a buy limit for the top of this range because we did technically break the current price action right here. So if we move back above this range, then I'm going to look for a stop buy, okay? So stop buy for about, I really don't even want to do 10. I want to do like 7 for each of these. I think that's going to be around $250. And then I'm going to put a buy position right here. And this will be 8 contracts, so I'll just add 8 contracts up here if this breaks. So it broke. We have a quick move going down right here. So what I don't want to see here is I don't want to see this price come back above this gap right here. So we're going to play this very safe, about a $50 stop loss, and we're going to add the position if it breaks below here. So I'm going to add a stop sell. We break below this point, and then we're going to move our stop above this price action right here. If we decide we want to work our way up, close above this gap, then I'm going to close this position pretty quickly, okay? And that's how we're going to look at it. And just hope that this thing breaks below at this point and continues this downward trend momentum. And if we do close above this gap, then, we're going to reverse this way. So what I can do at this point, we don't really want to see a close above this gap. So I'm going to move this down for only a $28 stop loss. If we close above it, reverse the position size. We don't need this anymore. I'm going to move this stop market buy down here. Add a stop buy up here at this point. So let me add a 15. I think I want to add a 15 up there. And then we're going to play I'm going to buy with 5 contracts. And all we're doing is playing a very safe trade right here. We have my strategy right here that's popping up, and we'll just see if this holds right there. I don't know why it's bugging out for my screen. I can see it on the monitor over here, but I can't see it on my screen. And we'll just see if this can break above. Honestly, the reason I have it up here is this is what's going to show momentum. If we close above this point, then we'll get momentum up here, and then I can continue to add the position and move my stop loss upwards. We can see that we have the momentum right here. So we're going to see, I want to move my stop loss up, try to mitigate any loss. My target, of course, is at the top of this range up here for 317. And this might be the only trade I take today because I've already gained 1,000 since last night. And we can see if we're going to move above this high, maybe move back up into this area I was looking at earlier. We did break the low, so I doubt it. I do want to move my stop to break even. At this point, I don't want to see it retest in this gap. If it retests in this gap, that strength has gone away. We can see we got a liquidity grab here. I want to see a little bit more. I might take some partials up here. You never want to lose out on partials. And if it's going to come back to your break-even point, then you don't really, you don't want to see it. So I want to see strength right here. This gap is worrying down here, but with these lower time frames, you can't really ever tell what's going to do. Okay, my stop loss is going to go up here. I don't want to see it retest this whole gap. Guarantee $100. It's not worth when you're playing with $100 to lose out on a potential profit there, if that makes sense. So it's not worth it for when I'm trading or when I'm scalping to lose out on any money here by moving it to break even. If I'm playing it this quick, I want to get my risk settled very easily. Like, for example, getting a 1-to-1 is worth it. Playing at break even if it's only a 1-to-1 is fine, but if I'm getting more than that, it's maybe not as worth it. So we can see that we came up to this level right here. We're still I would say bullish bias at this point, potentially breaking upwards. We can add a position up here. I do want to see how it's going to react at this low right here. So I'm going to still put a stop limit right here, the stop sell down there, but I'm still bullish bias. So let's see how it reacts around this gap. This is going to be the area where we do see some potential, where it could potentially hold. So let's see how it reacts. If I see a huge candle, then I might re-enter. And I'm going to kind of trap this price action. Trap this price action within the range. My mouse just died, so I'm sorry. Let me get this plugged in quickly. There you go. So I'm looking for a strong candle. There you go. I'm going to buy 5 contracts again, expecting this to range upwards. We're going to put a buy limit, stop buy up here for 15. And we're going to see if this continues to move upwards. Again, targeting my range. If I'm looking at this 15, if I'm looking at the higher range I was looking at earlier at the start of this video, we're targeting probably a 50% move back up here. Or maybe even a 30% retracement back up here. So let's see what that is. This is my ideal situation. So somewhere just above this candle, maybe just above this liquidity if we decide to move up. And if we're wrong, then we're targeting down here. So let me go ahead and mark that out. If we're wrong, this would be our target. If we're right, my target is going to be hesitating a little bit less of a risk to reward right here. And we can see if we measure out this risk. I'm going to go ahead and put this below here. My stop loss below this range. I didn't mean to go to the 100. 100 ticks. See where my stop loss is. So I want to play the balance of this area. I would like to see this continue its strength upwards here. So I don't want to see this break back below this point. So I'm risking 27. And if we're taking profit at this line, that's a 1 to 3. Okay. And that's going to be a little bit less. It's going to be about a 1 to 2 for my take profit area. So we'll see if this is able to hit our line up here. Again, not risking much. If this decides it wants to fail, then I have a safety net below here. And I can grab a quick little grab down to this line if I wanted to, or play a little bit safer just to have a safety net, okay? So this will exit this current position. I can close this immediately if I start to see where this isn't continuing upwards or we're losing strength, which we currently are, just kind of consolidating, like I said before. And we can see where this decides it wants to go. Okay. Showing some weakness here. And this is what's really nice about this dynamic risk model. And again, a lot of people do this from what I've seen, and I've been trying my best to get used to it. I'm still not great at it. But what's really great about this risk model, you don't have any nerves when you're only risking $27, right? And you're able to move your stop loss very close as long as it's within a reasonable range. And of course, you don't want to move your stop loss to anywhere where it could potentially retest if it's going to be a strong trend downwards, right? Looks like we failed. We failed to move higher. I'm most likely going to get stopped out of this position, but we'll see. This could be a fake out. And if this is a fake out, if I see a bullish engulfing candle, I might add to the position because then this is a much better risk for me right here. Not a bullish engulfing. Don't really care about this position if it decides to stop itself out. Might just be leaning bearish. We're still continuing this trend downwards, but we'll see. Failed to close above with 2 candles. Still sellers are in control. We need to see some sort of strength out here. Good rejection. Good break up here. We break above here, I might be interested in adding the position. I'm going to add another buy limit up here. Stop buy up here. Just if we could get some strength. Okay, and for 20 contracts, risking 155 here to get 320. Again, a 1 to 2 risk the reward. There you go, risking more contracts. We don't want to see this break below this wick, so I'm going to hold this right here. Hopefully continued strength is going to happen. Playing this risk above. Break even at this point. We don't want to see a retest of this gap. We got a retest of the gap. Don't lose anything. As you can see, I'm managing the risk really well. So if we do get that runner to, my take profit area, then we can see where it potentially is going to go. We do see a closure below this. We don't see a closure yet below this, so I'm still hesitating on where to go. I'm actually more bearish biased on this point, so I'm going to exit with 5 positions. Stop loss above this point. And again, this is very quick scalping. It's like that. Break above. Okay, it mitigated my entry. I'm going to go very heavy on this. I do think it's going to move up to my take profit area, so I'm going to go very heavy to make sure I get area. There you go. So that's my trading for the day. There you go. That's how I trade. This thing's going to rocket up. I can't take any more profit for the day or else it takes away the top step rules. Let me know if you have any questions, any concerns. Let me know, actually, if you would like... I know this is a little bit confusing, but if you would like to give me feedback, because I'm still always trying to improve, but this has helped me tremendously with my emotions around trading. It's the fast pace I've always wanted with trading. I've been very happy with how this has come. So I will talk with you guys again later.